We are back with more Mountain Connections coming to you live from our studios here in Park City. And right now we are talking with the Park City School District. Todd Hauber is a business administrator there. Todd, thanks for talking with us today.
Great for the invitation.
So, how are things going at the Park City School District? Such an unprecedented time, something that no one saw coming or expected this school year. How are things with you, with your employees at the district?
Well, obviously they're different than we had anticipated, but we have great staff. The teachers are doing awesome, keeping the students connected and learning. We have great support staff, making sure that everything's staying connected with technology, and we're also in the process of making sure that our schools are clean and sanitized and ready for the day we can bring the students back to school.
And as a business administrator with the school district, what are some of your primary job responsibilities and how has that changed throughout this time?
So my primary responsibilities are to make sure that the district has sufficient funds to operate. During these times, it's become a little challenging in trying to understand what the economic impact will be of the COVID-19 disease. Where right now we have reserves in place to help us carry through months of operation, and hopefully we'll have a better picture of what the economic situation will be as we come out the backside of the COVID-19.
Absolutely. And as you look forward to the end of the school year and then, of course, summer and the beginning of next year, what kind of needs do you think the school district will encounter and how will you take care of those needs?
So as we look into the future, we're obviously learning new methods and processes and tools for distance learning. We'll see whether those are processes that are effective into the future, and we may see some of that adopted into the future of learning for our school district. The challenges will be to make sure that we have all the right tools in place to be able to do that.
You mentioned that funding is a primary part of your job responsibility. Of course, the Park City Education Foundation had to cancel Running with Ed, where they usually raise a lot of money to help many programs throughout the school district. Are you looking at having to change things drastically right now? Or are you just trying to keep everything the same? And where do you see that going?
Yeah, the foundation is an awesome partner in helping us to bring innovative ideas into the school district. And they're also significant funders for our after-school program and for our preschool programs. So right now we're looking at using our reserves to be able to keep those awesome programs going. And hopefully, as we move forward, the foundation will still be able to connect to those donors who are interested in supporting those types of programs. So in one sense, we're treading water. We'll see where funding comes in and what we need to do to move things forward.
And are you hearing things from other school districts within our state or even beyond that they have some of the same challenges that we are facing here in Park City?
Sure, not everybody was 100% distance learning, so everyone is learning how to provide instruction over the internet or through other means. Some of us, like in Park City, we were already a one-to-one school district, which means that we had an electronic device, whether it was an iPad or a MacBook, available for every student. So with a few exceptions, we were able to get that rolled out fairly quickly. Other districts were in the same place. They were a one-to-one district as well, and so they could move quickly on that kind of deployment. Other districts, they're working it out as they move forward in this new environment.
And it seemed that the school district had to make these changes practically overnight. How quickly did the staff and the employees at the district have to change things from your perspective? Was that pretty much done really in a flash, or was this kind of a bit of a time coming? Were you able to see it more than the rest of us?
I don't know that we had any greater clarity. Our superintendent, Dr. Gilday, was able to look into the future a little bit, and so she saw what the needs would be if there was a school dismissal or school closure scenario. And so she started early with senior staff saying, how could we make this work? Had those early conversations before the actual dismissal took place. So by the time the dismissal was announced by the governor and Superintendent Sid Dixon, we already had things in motion. We were worried about having enough Wi-Fi availability throughout our families, and had that ball rolling before the announcement. So we were able to get a lot of that in place. Of course, the demand came in a little higher than anticipated, so we had to do a second round of Wi-Fi purchases. But for the most part, hats off to the superintendent who saw what the situation could develop into and got things in motion.
Absolutely, that's good to hear. And then, of course, last week it was announced that schools would be closed throughout our state for the rest of the school year. How can we, as concerned parents, community members, help you at the district?
So right now, it's just keeping that positive attitude. Learning over the internet is not the same as learning in the classroom. Our teachers are learning that experience as they go day to day, and our students aren't used to it as well. So the parents that can just keep a positive atmosphere at home, keeping encouragement in place for their children, giving their children's breaks. They're not set to do 4 hours or 5 hours a day in front of a computer trying to learn. Give them a chance to have breaks in the day and spread out the learning throughout the day. And again, I think it's just keeping a positive attitude during this crisis.
And Todd, how long have you been with the school district, and what are some of your favorite things with your job with working within the schools?
So I've been with the school district about 7 years. I think it'll be 8 years next month. The exciting things that I have through my job, again, I'm in the finance world. So I like to see that we're able to bring the resources together, whether it's financial or personnel or different technologies into place so that our children and our students have the best learning experience possible.
Well, thank you so much, Todd, for joining us today. It's good to hear how the school district has come together, had to change things immediately, but also good to know that from a business perspective, we're doing well. So thanks for joining us, Todd.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, we have more coming up on Mountain Connections. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more right after this.